had deja vu. Baby Angel's here. I remember that shit. Or was that just a memory?
Is that a memory? What?
I'm not quite sure it was that deja vu or a memory. I don't know. I think I just had deja vu though. I think it was, or it might have been a memory. I don't know.
I think last time she literally ran in at the same angle at the same side.
Nah, it was the Nick. It was the Nick. It was the Nick voice saying "Baby Angel's here." Pause. But
oh, all right. Just getting the stream ready here. Stream. What is she saying? Well, welcome everybody. We got Daytona Vibes, DJ Marcus, Fade Game. For sure. Special guest. This was a last minute request. He just sent me a message. I'm like, you know what? Sure, come on. He's got something he wanted to talk about. Hopefully it's not about Fight Club. We got YG, of course. What's up, YG?
What happens in Fight Club stays in Fight Club. Yeah.
Yo,
Right?
we're not supposed to talk about Fight Club, bro.
Exactly. Fight Club? What is this Fight Club you speak of?
Yeah, exactly.
Vega, what up? Baby Angel,
What is
what's
that?
up?
What
Rex?
is that?
It's just like the club.
Okay,
Don't
so
talk
got
about
B. Who else we got out there? Salute to everybody that's out
Vega, what's up? What's
Yo,
up?
shout out to y'all for being here.
Vega.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Vega?
Vega, my Veggie.
So I want to start off and just give Sue some congratulations for winning that Social Impact Award yesterday. That was pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Sue,
Shout out.
congratulations.
The women's in VR. We couldn't be here without Suella herself. You already know. She's
Hell yeah.
trailblazer here. We're gonna honor her tonight. She's amazing.
And she did that amazing reel for us. That's why I'm dressed up as my Kiss outfit today.
Got your Kiss outfit on?
Yeah, glad she's got some
Mine's a
makeup
little
on too.
painty. Not black and white, but I said I'm a
it work.
gay skeleton. Watch out.
Don't need nothing for a good time. Yeah, got you all kissed out over there. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Detroit Rock City.
Sunnyo, that's who that is.
Rock City, yeah.
Sunnyo, or Sunnyo, how do you say it? I'm probably butchering your name. But big shout out to you.
Hey, Sunyo.
Oh, yeah.
We can't hear you
Sunnyo, yep, I said it right the first time, surprisingly.
You got it right. You got it right. So what's going on this week in the metaverse, guys? Let's start off there. What's new?
Man, the same thing as last week. Trying to take over the world.
Oh yeah.
Go.
Yo. Nah.
That used to be my show.
Yeah, it's a show.
That used to be my
You know
show.
what I'm saying? That was my shit. Pinky in the brain.
So are you guys?
Some of
Anybody
us,
gonna
we got
do
the
the?
All Space reunion. We got
Oh
the
yeah,
All-Space
yeah. Tell me
reunion
about that
coming
All
up
Space
tomorrow.
reunion real quick. How does that work?
Yeah,
And where's it at?
It's going to be in VR chat. I have a club called Blackout, and we closed out All Space in that club called Blackout. So we literally were in there. To some people, either headset went just black in the world, or like in my case, I kept seeing all the avatars, and then the avatars just froze and stopped moving. And that's when you pretty much knew, like, oh, it's down now. So yeah, we closed it out there.
Oh, wow.
We had a party last year, being the 1 year anniversary of it shutting down, and we'll be in there again tomorrow night in VR chat at Blackout at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So it should be a fun time.
Oh yeah.
Man. All
Jeez,
Space
How-
was low key to shit though. Like it was kind of low key to shit.
It was.
I used to.
It's
I used to pop
features that
over
we
there.
still don't have in here. And I'm like, how don't we have these features anyplace? Like, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you one. They had a community board, right? Where an event board, so you could see events as far into the future as you wanted to. Like, there was a club I used to spend at maybe in March. I filled up the event board saying every Tuesday I would be at this club all the way through the end of the year. So it was never really, trying to figure out where you're going to go, what you're going to do.
Mhm.
Trying to figure, oh, is it a party here? Nobody told me this. No, you can just go on that event board, see exactly what was popping, and just go from there. I miss that. No other platform I've seen have one like that.
Horizons used to, but it never got that big. It never,
Yeah, I could say it never got to that point. Yeah, it never
worked low-key.
yeah, it never really got legs like that. But Like
Let's
literally,
see, yeah.
you could plan out your VR week if you wanted to. Be like, all right, let me see. Tuesday
I
this
did
is
like that
popping.
about
Thursday this is
Space.
popping.
I
Yeah.
love that about Outspace. I love that about Outspace. I love the worlds about Outspace. What I didn't like was them goddamn avatars. Them shits was the worst.
The Nuggets. The Nuggets.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
can
was
say
just-
it
those.
was like it
No,
was made out of
nuggets.
cardboard or
Avatars
something.
ever made. Them shits
Flat
was
ass
like
faces.
one. They was like one step above Roblox. It was like Roblox and then the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Only thing I'm gonna say I really liked about them were the facial
About Rec
expressions.
Room.
I did like the facial expressions on the Abby's.
Yeah, I
or at least what
honestly,
we was used
I
to
would
at
take
that
Rec
time.
Room for them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you figure too, though. I gotta say, big shout out to like Millie, like
yeah, they should
Ryu,
make it
who's
about-
doing the
yeah,
custom
make them
joints. So
yeah,
yeah,
was
then
making
once they did the
joints.
custom joints, that put them in a. Even though it was still half body, it still put them in another level when it came to that though. So
Hell yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, tomorrow night 10:30. Even if you weren't an alt spacer, come through in VR chat. Yeah, you can learn a little bit about alt space, learn why some of the alt spacers move like we move here now. So yeah, it should be a fun time.
I never
Yeah,
did
that
Alt
sounds
Space.
pretty cool. You know, Alt
Or I
Space
guess
was
I
the
wasn't
first
there for
place
Alt
I
Space.
had an Oculus Go back in the day. You know, it was like the first headset that Meta came out with. If you guys remember that one, and it was only 3 degrees of freedom, so I only had like one hand. You know, that you can move around with. Yeah, it was pretty
Well,
wild.
before my
man.
time, but I do know a couple people.
Real
that-
wild.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
But I came into the metaverse to DJ, and I shout out to the people over at Tribe XR, and it was the
yeah,
people from
that's right.
Tribe that first brought me into art space because they had a Tribe XR club. So like every Friday night they would have some of the DJs that was learning. I'm saying in the program they would go ahead and have a club night, so you could see like maybe a different 3 or 4 DJs on a Friday night up in there. So that's what actually originally got me into alt
That's
space.
cool. That's cool. Who out here? Who out here is from Alt Space or went in there? Show me some confetti. If you went to Alt Space. Oh, we got Baby Angel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Lex.
And Lexi.
Lexi, yeah.
Yeah, Lexi too.
Mhm.
Very
still
cool.
see a lot
Somebody
of
else was in alt
alt-space
space. There's
avatars
somebody else
floating
out there
around
that
in
was in
VR
alt
chat.
space. I didn't see the confetti fly, but I remember somebody else out there from alt space. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
They trying
Must
they
have been
trying to stay
Trixie.
low key.
Exactly,
sound.
exactly.
Mhm.
I'll say no names, but yeah, somebody else was in alt space.
Yeah.
So it's already been 2 years, huh, since they shut that down?
Yeah, 2 full years.
Damn,
yeah,
that's
tomorrow,
crazy.
2 full years. It shut down
Damn.
like maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the tripped out thing was. Yeah, so many
That's
people were
crazy.
like, "Oh no, I'm going to work that day. You know, I ain't gonna beat it out of that. I'm going to work." It was mad people calling off that day from their jobs just to be there for the all space sunset. So yeah, that was kind of cool too. Not that I advised that, but you know, hey, for the people that did, yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Well, what else
That is
with you,
crazy. Just
Fade?
hearing that.
Oh, go ahead.
What up? What up? Just pretty much just doing events, running my world, doing MGM events, got the radio stations going on, doing my sets for that. Just trying to keep busy, you know, here in the metaverse.
Yeah, that
Trying to
pop up you guys did was fire. You know, hopefully
Yeah.
you guys do another one
And
soon.
we got we're gonna do a lot more of those coming soon. So yes, sir. That was dope. That pop up was lit. That was a good time.
That was
It was a good
fun.
vibe.
We're gonna start
Yeah.
doing those weekly. We're gonna start doing them weekly.
Nice.
Like bang 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 bang. You know what I'm saying?
Just look came towards the end of that I don't know, lately my boss been freezing in like these heavy worlds. Like with the
Yeah.
music wise. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, that's
it's
never
like, when I'm
fun.
DJing it, yeah. It's been kind of like
that's the
freezing up.
worst. That's the worst. Get into your
Yeah.
set, spinning for like 20 minutes or so, and all of a sudden,
Yep.
The sound goes out.
sound goes out, can't
That's
move.
why-
That happened to me,
Bros.
Marcus. That happened to me on
Mm.
Saturday. I'm like, oh, they fought through it though. Fought through it.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Sign
we're
of a
always
champion,
fighting
fought
through it here in Horizon. That's for
Yeah.
sure. You know. Last
You know
week
what
I got a
think it is?
great bug.
Were
Last
you in a
week.
tri-mesh world? Were you in a tri-mesh world?
Yeah, it was a try.
You know what I think is happening? And I kind of just knew this from VR chat and other ones. There's really only but so much that you should put in the world when it comes to megabytes, graphics, and such. And I don't even really know what that cutoff is, but that's why you see certain worlds that have a lot of images and stuff like that or whatever, a lot of textures and stuff, yeah, you'll end up running into that. So there may be information out there, but I wish there was more information to tell you.
There
don't
is
go
some
for it.
information.
I could almost
Yeah.
tell you right now. That's why I just pulled up
Yeah.
my thing.
You got a metric thing on your wrist. It
Yeah,
has
it's a
your
metric
draw
thing on your
calls,
wrist. It'll tell you exactly what it
per
is.
frames and all that.
Yeah.
jazz.
Yeah, I took that off because
7,000
it
is the
started getting
top.
annoying.
Yeah,
Okay.
7,000. You guys, look, you guys are doing good in here. I'm looking at you.
No,
Right here.
okay, we're doing okay for now,
y'all
but
are
it gets
above.
heavy
Yeah.
There's some
sometimes.
optimization that was done in here. I kind of know from
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, I
end,
could-
there's
Yeah.
I could
some
I can tell it's
optimization.
done
Yeah.
well.
Put it this way, I know it's some optimization because there's no way that you can have this much stuff without doing it. Put it that way. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
true.
way you
That's
can do
true.
it. And just a side note, I tell people, if you put images in your world, try to put the lowest quality image that you can that gives you what you want.
Yeah, exactly. And if
Like,
you can put it all
if you
onto
can
one
get, if you
text
can get that
tile
same
sheet.
image in like one, there you go. That's a whole nother thing.
Cosmic-
Whole nother thing.
Cosmic Eye, man.
Oh, I gotta say
Yeah.
one more thing. R.I.P. to Biggie Smalls. Today's the anniversary of his death.
Oh,
R.I.P.
okay.
to Biggie
Oh.
Smalls.
R.I.P. Shout out to Cosmic Kai. We got
Yeah.
Savage
Oh,
up there.
it's
Shout out to
Savage. What's up,
up there.
Savage?
Cosmic
Whatever,
Kai,
whatever,
what up,
whatever.
Shout out to Meta Coach. We got Meta
Savage.
Coach in the building. Baby
Oh,
Angel.
Hey.
Oh,
We
Meta
got
Coach,
Lexi.
what
Shout
up?
out to Lexi.
Oh, I think he's on
Trinity
mobile.
Coach is
Lovely
too.
over
on mobile.
there.
That's what's up.
Oh,
What's going on? So what's up with you for sure? I know you. So you had sent me a message. So late today, and you were like, "Hey, I was some stuff I want to talk about on the show." So, yeah, what do you want to talk about? And welcome.
So, yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I was actually just kind of like hanging in build mode for the past couple weeks, like working in Blender and different things like that, not really socializing too much. And like as I took a step back, I started having like certain realizations about like just how it works and how like people communicate with people and how people collaborate with people. I was like, man, like I didn't really think about it until I took a step back from it, you know? And so I kind of like had a thought about how like, you know, it's a bunch of different people in here on this metaverse. Like everybody does different things. Everybody has different opinions. And I think that it's been kind of interesting lately to see like, not like a negative shift, but almost like a competitive shift where like, I don't know, like people kind of tend to form their own opinions about people. And like, instead of us all being adults, because we are all adults, or at least most of us, you know? And I think that like, instead of like forming opinions and kind of like telling people what to do or how to do it, like maybe just everybody take a step back and like let everybody do what they do, how they do it. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain
that's
it.
true.
But
Yeah.
like instead of
That
like
part,
like
that part.
for instance, instead of like telling somebody, hey, this is wrong, you should do it this way, just if you don't like it, just don't go to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like
Yeah,
it's
you
been
know, I mean,
interesting.
I have that same thing collaborating with
Oh,
modeling.
yeah.
So you know, I'm working on a new game, and with Yeti Games, you know, there's our logo up there, and so I have another partner at Yeti Games who does modeling. He does a lot of Blender stuff and like that. I'm like, yeah, make me this lobby. So he makes me this lobby, and he puts the Blender shaders on it, like the hardest to bake. You know, it's like impossible to bake it, and then I'm like, you know, and it wastes a day, right? Because you have to go and review everything. And you're like, well, you know, why did you send this? I'm like, well, why did you? He's like, oh, those shaders are real hard. I know they're real hard. I'm like, well, why did you use them then? You know, are you trying to kill me, Mark? I mean, come on, buddy. You know, and it's
Wow.
I think it's like goes back to that collaboration thing. Like, there is a right, you know, I mean, it looked beautiful, but I'm never going to be able to get them in here. And I think, you know, that's the point where like maybe what you were saying for sure was that, you know, I didn't really tell him it was wrong. I just tell him, like, you know, well, if those are really hard, you know, why would you use them in this environment? You know, we're not, I mean, you can't even use those in Unity. It's like if I'm doing, maybe if I'm using it, if I do a feature film or like, you know, a little film in Blender, you know, or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, me and Guru were just working on some little statues today, and like the shininess and roughness and all that, and the nodes and shit for textures and materials. It just doesn't look the same. It doesn't look the same as in Blender. It looks like fucking God's kiss, like mwah, like amazing. And then you bring it here, and it's like,
Yeah. You're like, oh shit.
yeah.
But yeah, that's part of the collaboration piece. I think is it's just trying to let your the people you're collaborating with know like what you need too.
Yeah.
In a
I
nice
just
way.
want to see like more collaboration. Like I want to see less like me, and more like let's all work together to like make some cool stuff and push the community like further, Because it's been
Yeah.
interesting to see how it's played out. Like I think we could do big
Let's
things,
see.
push horizons further than it's ever been pushed with all the access to the tools that we have now. So I just want to see more people like kind of drop their guard a little bit and just like have fun.
Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, I want to see that too. But then on the flip side, when money's involved, you kind of get that. You're afraid to collaborate now because there's a contest coming up. People will steal your ideas or
Mhm.
whatever it is, right? And
That's
I think
fair.
that's what happened with the last contest. There was a lot of fallout and stuff, if you remember, on Discord and
Yeah,
stuff.
I had someone talking shit on me like it seems like you're becoming besties with all the top creators on Horizons. It's kind of suspicious
Mm.
that you won a category. And I'm like,
That's
well,
suspicious.
that's a load of fucking bullshit because
Wow.
I literally asked one person for help for literally one part that last 5 seconds. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like,
Even
I
if you
heard
did,
people.
what difference do it make?
Exactly. People are just
Thanks.
ridiculous or in their heads about stuff. They can't just like have a civil conversation.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's true. So how do we break it going into this contest where people don't feel slighted or used or whatever? I mean, what do you think, for sure? How do we navigate that?
That's like I feel like that's the question everybody wants to answer, is like how do we come together and like work together? I think it's hard, but I think there's a lot of like egos that need to be dropped. Like I know that's an obvious thing, but I'm just saying that like uh maybe don't think like you're everything and just be open minded. Like at least that's what I'm gonna do moving forward. Like I'm completely open minded to collaborating with anybody, and that's like if anybody wants to collaborate, definitely hit me up, for sure. But yeah, I think
I don't.
just keeping an open mind and not focusing so hard on like what you've heard in the past, and maybe just working on having a good time, pushing the platform further. Because that's what we need this year. We got to push this platform
Hmm.
further this year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just a fact.
And that's like what what we doing in meta genre music is like we kind of fell
The
back
music collab,
from the
yeah.
building. Yeah, we fell back from the building worlds thing. I mean, not to say that we can't still build worlds, but we just fell back from it because there's so many world builders, which is cool. But like, what's there to do in the world? You know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
more of a situation to where like if you guys going to have a bunch of games, is it going to be like is this going to
Hmm.
be like a Roblox platform, or is just a bunch of games, and then every so often, or is it going to be more of a social media platform, which is a social media company, so where it's all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? All kinds of entertainment and all kinds of things happening. It's like putting stuff in the world. You know what I mean? It's like a niche. You know what I'm saying? As well as building the worlds. It's like everybody competing because that's where the money at. They like paying the money for the build a world, build a world, build a world, build a world. And they want you to build games pretty much. And so it looks like.
Yeah. So that kind of brings me
So
to
it's
the 11th, right? I mean, that we have that contest coming up, and it looks like it's going to be
mhm,
focused on mobile world. So
right.
it seems like they are going more towards that Roblox type experience.
Hmm.
Um, so how do you guys feel about that?
I'm down for it. I think I've seen other platforms integrate it really well, especially like VR chat. I think there's a good population of VR chat users that are PC only. Like they're literally sitting in front of a desktop with a monitor. And they don't even have a headset. And I think if we want to
Oh yeah,
expand the user base and keep it like growing, we should open up the doors to mobile and web for sure. Even desktop, if we could do like I know you can already go in there back, like the back way, but
Yeah.
if they would give us like a front way just to do it on
Yeah,
PC, I think that'd be cool.
they actually like with I know with the build mode, it's going to like they concentrating on us doing build mode on the on the
Yep.
desktop now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
cool.
I know. So last week I had a great bug happen to me where you go into desktop and then you preview your world, and when you get out of preview, you can't click on anything. Nothing works. You click on your object, you click on a support button. So I sent support a message and they're like, well, can you do the in thing, the in desktop support? And I'm like, no, I can't, because you don't understand. I can't click on anything.
Yeah.
Can't do anything, yeah.
Literally every fucking thing you can't click on. Yeah, that's happened to me too, actually.
Happened to you
It's like,
too, yeah.
hello?
First time I
Clicks
went in there, it
fucking
happened to me. I thought I did
everywhere.
something
Yeah.
wrong.
Like,
I haven't
what
been
the
in it
fuck?
too often, too much, but yeah, first time that happened to me the first time. I'm like, did I click the wrong thing? Like, what's happening here? So, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully, during the contest, they don't like decide to do some major update or something, and like destroy
I
the
hope so.
editor.
They
Oh, wow.
just changed the world simulation start and stop button up there. I didn't like that. How they have that.
Well, how it's like kind of by itself up in the top or something now.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Yeah,
up with
world
that?
sim. I don't know. And then you have to like find your different angles and stuff, or how you want your character to spawn in, like in first person or like orbit view or whatever. All
Yeah,
that jazz.
yeah, yeah. Navigating. So I found actually another tip for everybody is that if you're trying to move an object around or see it, select it and hit F, and then you can move around a little easier, because F will kind of just bring it into focus, so you don't have to like kind of scroll around for it. So I've been doing that a lot, and that seems to help speed up the build time.
Yeah, I'll import a model and it'll be out in fucking space, so I gotta find a little section of it in the menu on the left and like press F, and then it'll go to where all my shit's at, and then
Yeah, where it's at.
unparent or whatever child objects, and then find everything and relink it. Which
Yep.
I think that's fucked, because my shit was literally in the center of the blender like crossing. I'm like, what the hell? Why do I gotta hunt my shit down when I import it?
So I got a question, and I've only messed around with it enough. So say you bring something in, and like you expect it to be at this microphone, but it's on top of one of these buildings. Like if the skybox was real, so let's just say
Yeah.
it's on top of like that building over there. If you hit F,
What you have?
can you just
Yeah.
go into? Can you go into the editor and just hit like 000 for the coordinates, just to put it down to the center, and then move it easier from there?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do, and you can also copy other objects' positions too, and paste it. So that's helpful as well.
I definitely need to
can do
learn
that
more
too.
about the editor over here. I've only messed around with it a handful of times. So,
I mean, I think it's gotten
so
better.
if you're out there
you know?
giving classes, let me know.
Yeah,
I need to
if
look
you
up,
want to know
link
more
up
about it.
with Nick here at some point for sure.
We can link up.
YG2, yeah, YG2. Yeah, both
So
can
what do you
link up.
guys think of the AI in there? Has anybody used the AI generation tools?
Nope, I think
Not
it's
yet.
kind of shitty.
I've used it for other platforms, messed around with them other platforms, but not in here. Not in here.
Yeah,
It'll
because I
texture
the
all four
TypeScript
sides of the
stuff,
block
I'm
into
like,
copy
well, because
models.
I use Copilot a lot, GitHub's Copilot, hey, make this a loop, or spawn, put all these objects in an array or something, and then so I decided to use the TypeScript one in the editor because it says it's specially made for TypeScript or something. I'm like, oh, okay, make me this script, and it's just like totally whack, it's like unusable stuff. So I really hope they fix that up soon, because it's totally useless.
You got to get more information out to the public, because that's what's needed. If the info isn't there, then the AI can't really do much of anything. It's just going off a very limited amount of information. So if it's not enough info out there for it to build its knowledge base, then yeah, we're gonna keep getting crap out of it. So
Yeah. And Antonio Luca on the stream says that he had a script deleted right out of his hand and he hates it. Sorry, Antonio. I haven't had that bug happen, but that's really annoying.
I've heard that with code blocks lately. Like some people, it just goes poof, like they're working on it, and poof, it's gone.
Poof.
Yep, just poof.
Oh, maybe Antonio was
you
that
better
code
be-
block. So let us know in chat if that was a code block issue.
you better copy as you're doing it. Maybe copy copy the script here and there and save it someplace else, throw it in a notepad or something like that. Yeah, if not, so that way you don't completely lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scared me, YG. That makes
The
me
The
not
code
wanna
blocks,
come
I
on
think the
into
only
it.
thing you can do is take a
Well,
picture of it or duplicate it if you can. You know.
You can,
Oh, my fault. You
you
said
can
code
recall
blocks.
it.
I'm thinking you said code blocks, but in my head I'm thinking TypeScript. Wow.
You
Wow.
go to your library, like the library, you can pull it back out.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
like
really?
in your world console.
They're like all the scripts are in there, and you can pull out any script you want from that library in the world. It'll
Oh.
pull it to wherever you're at.
Oh, that's
helps a
interesting.
lot.
So that's a
Maybe-
good
maybe that's
tip
people's
there for
problem, they're
Antonio.
just not able to find them.
That was the tip
Yeah.
from Lexi, by the way, from the crowd. So,
Oh,
shout out
thank
to
you, Lexi.
Shout out to Lexi. Who else we got out there? G Deuce came in. What up, G Deuce?
We do.
Barra Financial in the house.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You see, they I think.
And she has a pod in
Moon
here too.
posted,
Go and check it out.
They just dropped another advertisement for Horizon Worlds. It's like create in your VR headset and have fun. It's like, oh, you can't fucking create in here in your VR headset anymore.
Wait, what? So they just
Yeah,
had
it's
a new
supported
ad to
now.
create in your VR headset when they're getting rid of it? Well, you know, I still like creating in here, or at least designing. You know, I bring it in on a desktop because there's really no snapping in the desktop that I know of, unless I'm.
It can,
You guys know a
press
trick.
Control button, like when you rotate, or if you like slide stuff left and right. But that's about it. You can't snap things to things, or like corners to corners, or whatever.
Oh,
You
that's
can't do
crazy.
that right now. Yeah.
I
You-
see why
you're
they
better off
people
just
telling me when they bring
working
stuff
in
in, make
Blender.
it one FBX before you bring it in. Because
Mhm.
wow, that's crazy.
So do we think that they're gonna get rid of the desktop altogether? We won't be able to even come in here and snap stuff,
VR.
or not the desktop, I mean VR.
I hope not. That'd be so sad.
I don't know.
That'd be so sad.
So I'm reading on some tea. Hold on.
Hold on, YG's got some tea for us. All right, it's that time
Yeah.
again.
So Immortal posted in our little lounge, you know, I can talk about it because I'm not talking about any features. So he was like, I find this ad extremely cynical because VR editor, not desktop editor, unlocks creativity, but it makes creation more accessible. That's what like they're still trying to promote, and it's like still not it. And it's like you have to have some form of programming knowledge or like 3D modeling skills to even like really pop off in this environment now. So like I only started Blender when the last competition was going, and I just imported like some models I found on the internet, and I was good from there. But it's like literally like a struggle now of people just like learning and like competition, like you said earlier, with like the $20 million pool of investment or whatever the hell. It's just like a load of crap at this point.
Look, it definitely sounds like it needs to be more collapse between people. Because, like an example, I can do stuff in Blender and Unity, but don't get me trying to mess around with the editor in here because I'm like lost. I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I guess it's going to take, you know, a little bit more of that. Maybe some people that know Blender to link up with some people that can actually be, you know, build in the editor, and then you probably come up with some amazing stuff by doing that.
Collaboration. Let's
Yeah,
go.
definitely. Yeah, I know the editors changed the way I build too, because it seems like I'm building for mobile first now, and I guess that's by design. You know, if you're not in your headset and you're just in the editor on your computer, it's just like, well, I have to get this button to work, so I do it the mobile way. You know, so it's kind of like that mobile first.
I feel like that's also like that's taking me from being social in VR, like taking me away too. Like I'm like not that I don't want to be social. I'm literally in Blender and desktop editor all the time now. Like that's all I'm like fucking focused on. And it's gonna take forever for me to like have something cool if I like actually like double down on like a whole theme or idea and plan it out. Like that's the only way you can like have something feasible nowadays. And then throwback to what I said about those marketing people last week. They hit me up and they're like, "Oh, it seems like you just need some better keyword search terms or keywords for your world, and maybe it'll pop
Better,
up on
huh?
the menu better."
Better ones.
I'm like, "Oh, okay." All right,
It's that
let
easy,
me and my
guys.
Sky hop
You heard it.
like parkour run, sky run parkour. So watch out for sky run parkour. It's coming soon. It's fucking- you can't even be original. You have to be search engine optimized. It's just annoying.
Just put school in
so-
the name and you'll be good.
Has anybody ever, I think Howard or somebody in the Discord maybe a few weeks ago has mentioned that he put like $500 or something on traffic to get
Oh yeah.
do his link or something, but it didn't really do anything. So I'd be interested to hear what more about that. Because what's the point of the search engine? Like, is your world going to show up on Google or, I mean.
No, I mean, like for if you're searching games or like kids are searching games, like I said, like if you have the word parkour or run or like party or like that damn Andrew Money Bluey World, kids love Bluey, woo, like shit like that. It's just redonkulous.
Oh, man.
You need
I
a
guess we
Mac
really have to do
desktop
that.
editor, like
Yeah.
for real. I mean, I'm gonna get a
That's
PC.
true.
I'm gonna bite the bullet and get a PC, but I wish so bad I could do it on my Mac because that's like the only thing holding me back right now is not being able to touch the editor. So I'm waiting.
Yeah. I'm a Mac guy too. And usually, I got into the Mac more because I was more of a web developer, Apple iOS developer too. And, so the history of web development actually is a Mac history because, there's a Bash terminal on there. So like TypeScript and all that, we all did on a Mac. So now I have to go to the PC and do it. Shameless plug to my GitHub. That's going to be having some TypeScript utilities, a whole bunch of cool
I
stuff.
checked it out last week. I seen a couple of things on it.
Right on. Thank you, Marcus. We're going to be adding some more stuff this week. So yeah, I think that I would love a Mac editor, but the problem is that VR never really worked with Mac for some reason, because
Right.
with
Yeah,
Unity,
it's
I do a
terrible.
lot of Unity stuff, and I could never do that either. So
Many people
what
don't know
I
with
have right
Macs, they
now
had
is
the boot camp. They had a boot camp, have a partition just for it.
yeah, you had to
Just to be
boot
able to do
camp it just to run it. There's another thing called Whiskey that you can use, but I tried that and failed. It didn't load the Oculus Link app, just kind of blacks out on you, which kind of sucks. I do have a PC in the cloud though that I use, a Shadow gaming PC, and that works pretty good. You can actually use your virtual desktop and like do it remotely, and then when you run a VR game, it just pops up into your headset, and it's pretty dope.
Nice.
With not too much latency either if you have a good internet connection. But the only other problem though is you can't really do the hard link to it though. That doesn't seem to work too well.
Right. That's actually good. I never even thought about virtual machines. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's like $30 a month, and you don't have to maintain it or anything, which is pretty dope. And it has, so they do all the updates for you and everything.
Wow, that's actually a good idea. I mean, I'm still probably gonna get a PC because I feel like I just need one moving forward. But yeah, that's a nice little in between thing to do.
Yeah, it's a nice in
Definitely get on
between
that.
for traveling. You can go on your iPad or your phone and stuff. Not that you want to do Blender on your
That's it.
phone, but maybe we should do a challenge like that though.
Blender challenge. Oh my god.
Somebody put Blender like on Raspberry Pi and stuff. He's like, I got it on a little
Really?
watch and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I even saw somebody put it on like a
Interesting.
Game Boy Color. They got Blender running on Game Boy Color
Wow.
somehow.
Wow.
It's
You
crazy
got me
stuff.
thinking
Yeah.
when you said Raspberry Pi, like, really? Okay.
Yeah, you can put it on a Raspberry Pi, hook it up to a
$30
monitor.
computer. $30
Yeah.
computer.
Hell yeah. All you need is a monitor.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Fade, you're on mute. You've been on mute this whole time. Come on, Fade, what's going on?
He's focused. He's focused.
What's he focusing on? Is he in the desktop editor right now?
No, I'm here. I'm just listening, man. Just taking it all in.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
So how do you feel about creating going forward in here, Fade? Like your worlds and
Yeah, I
stuff
wanna-
if you're forced to use the desktop.
That's something I want to really start taking advantage of and learning more. I'll switch up the game a little bit because I feel like that's where we're all going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It does take away, I think, from the social thing, and I was in there one time, and I think maybe Sue was in, or it could have been Boss Leo or somebody. We were in a world, and I couldn't get my mic to work, so it's like I couldn't even talk to him, and I'm just like a big avatar floating around here, I guess. Because I was super huge.
They're talking to you, and you're like, huh?
You're like, what?
And I'll put like text gizmos down and like type little messages out. That's how I communicate. You can't even hook a microphone up or anything if you're in desktop editor, which I find is really stupid. But whatever.
I guess probably the best you can do is if you're like in Discord or something like that, where you can go ahead and jump on a call with somebody else and kind of collab that way. So
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
I mean, because we do that like a lot of times working in Blender or Unity. You know, maybe a group of us working on something. So yeah, we'll jump in Discord. One person's actually working in Blender, Unity, and kind of just go from there.
Yeah.
I think the best way to level up any of like your creativity skills is just surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are also trying to level up and learn new things on the daily. Like if you reach out to Space Glitter Unicorn, she has her cool Discord. A lot of people are trying to migrating over there. It's like more wholesome vibes. Like we did our ice cream cone challenge last week, so she posted those on Instagram earlier. So it was exciting just to see like everybody's like skill levels, or like where different people are at, or like what they've learned how to do so far to make an ice cream cone versus like your ice cream cone. It's just like interesting little things like that. And then if you go on the creator forums on Horizon, you can see people's axes that they have. Like everyone's doing the weekly creator challenges now for
I was actually I started building an axe, and then I was like went back to what Mark gave me. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have time for an axe now. This guy has to use a crazy shader. Shit. But hopefully next week I'll be able to do the challenge, see what it is next week.
Yeah, just surround yourself with good people. That's all I have to say, honestly.
So Antonio on the stream, he says he wants to do a poll to keep the headset building relevant, to see who wants to still build in the headset. I think, yeah, do that. Maybe Antonio could try it out on Instagram. What do you guys think? You know, see what happens.
We should just start a petition and just like get it signed by everybody in here.
The only thing separate is just TypeScript, literally, and just that. And like if you want different camera angle, well, you can't tell a difference in here because you can't spawn into like third person in here at all. They haven't allowed that yet. But if you want your game like third person, or like this right now in your phone or desktop, you can just go on your spawn drop down and it'll have different options for you.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of magical in a way, you know. I kind of like that. I think that would be awesome if they had that in VR, where like, you know, you're playing a game and then you can change the camera angle to orbit or something, you know, like when somebody gets hit or something, and you kind of see that bigger picture of like, psh. So that would be pretty dope.
Sick, actually.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick.
Tight. Like in Call of Duty when you get shot and like, your body's there, but you see like everybody running around you.
Yeah, exactly. You could do stuff like that, because there is that animation, the die animation that you can do.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty dope to see.
That's actually, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
So I guess just keep your eyes on the forums for dev teaching videos, I suppose. After they give it to like the main partners, they post them after on the forums. I guess I'm allowed to say that too. I'm like really like thinking, what can I say? What can I not say?
I think you just can't talk about monetization. That's pretty much it. But yeah, you know,
Pigeon just did stuff like that in a call, so I'm sure that'll be on the forum soon.
Yeah, what do you guys out there in the audience think of the forum? So give me some confetti if you like the forum. That's what I thought.
What the fuck is that? A forum?
Zero.
Give me those.
It's like G Deuce is saying, so.
So. So what is going on else outside? What kind of social events did you guys? I know Daytona, you had an event last night, didn't you?
Yeah, man, we had a pop up last night. It was lit, man. We did it at Legends, man. We call it Legends of the Metaverse. Big shout out to everybody that popped out. You know what I mean? Big shout out to Ghost.
Did Dio Cordero
It was on the
perform?
tour. I think it's Legends is was on the tour, so the door should be in here.
Yeah,
I
DL
think
Cordero
Fuchsia
was
told me about it.
there.
That's why I was like, yeah, I didn't know about it. I found out about it after the fact.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start doing it every Saturday. So that's going to be something that we're going to be doing as far as being able to get in contact and see the artist that's rocking with us. You know what I mean, and some that may not be yet. You know what I mean, but we're gonna be
That's what's up.
showcasing artists every Saturday at 10 p.m. We should be starting pretty soon, if not this week, next week.
Oh, right on. That's
Yeah.
that's where it's at, man.
Oh, I also want to say a big shout out to Viva Coach as well as Tinker Love 1980. They both had amazing events yesterday for International Women's Day. Salute to all the women. Salute to all of you. The people who maybe won an awards, and even if you didn't, win an award. Salute to all the women that's doing their things here in the metaverse. So
Hell yeah!
it's-
Congrats to all
I
the
didn't get to see
winners.
Viva's,
Definitely.
but I got to see Tink's event. So yeah.
A nice
Shout out all my
gold,
girl
yeah.
besties, my girl bosses
Oh
out
yeah.
there.
You're
I got
done.
what's that song? It's stuck in my head. They're like, a diva is a version of a female hustler. or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
That's what it's about, man. We're hustling in here all the time. I think that's what people don't think. They don't think about the people that aren't in the headset. What we're actually doing in here, trying to make businesses grow and all that. And at the same time, having a real understanding that plastic dinosaurs are dinosaurs.
What?
What the fuck was
I
that?
had to change
What
the
was
energy
that,
up.
Nick?
Dinosaurs?
Oh my god.
Think about it, Faith.
Dinosaurs?
Think about it. It blows your mind. Plastic dinosaurs are real dinosaurs because that's where plastic comes from.
I'm done. Hey, lovely. Turn it around.
So I heard something pretty crazy, like kind of outside VR news.
Damn, Daniel.
Dead Mouse. You know who Dead Mouse is? He's like a DJ.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
I
Dead
know.
Mouse,
Yeah.
yeah.
He sold his entire record label and his own personal catalog to this company called Create Labs, and basically he's gonna go work for them. He's not quitting, but he's gonna go work for them, and they're gonna do like an entire new wave of like VR experiences using
Oh, no way.
Mousetrap records and like all that stuff. So
Alright.
basically, he's like forfeiting his catalog to them to like do what they want with it. So I think that's gonna be cool coming
It'd
up.
be like
That's gonna be fire. I can't wait to see that, man. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I heard
What's the
about that,
best
and I was
VR
like, that's
experience that
crazy.
anybody in here has seen in reference to an artist outside the headset in VR?
Outside a headset in VR, that's a good question.
my
I haven't seen anything lately.
God.
Y'all see my coin right there or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we still
see your
see the
coin.
coin.
Oh,
Oh, it's gone. Wait, no.
Just making
Yeah.
sure
Two
I saw my
Daytonas.
dead,
Yeah, it's still
my
there.
dead body or not. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
sitting
double
there floating.
double Daytona.
Two.
No, I say for me, the Biggie event that was in here was number 2 for me. Yeah, the Biggie event was number 2, but the best
Oh,
event
yeah.
that I ever saw from an artist outside the headset was over on a platform called Engage, and it's an artist
Oh,
Fallout
engage.
Boy.
Yeah.
Fallout Boy did a concert over there. It was crazy. I haven't seen anything even come close to that. It started off like we were in a parking lot of a diner, and everybody trying to figure out like, well, when's the show gonna start? When's the show gonna start? And in the distance, far distance, you see this little light, and the light's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then you realize it's a bus coming towards you, and you still don't know what it's like. A school bus. It's getting bigger.
Oh,
it gets
shit.
bigger. It pulls into the parking lot where we're standing, and then it does this crazy turn. And when it spins around, the side of the bus is facing us. Where the windows are raises up and the screen pops out, and it's him, and he's like, "Are you ready?" And then the concert starts.
Oh, that's pretty
It had
cool.
to be like the equivalent of maybe 10 different scenes or 10 different worlds made up this whole hour performance. And each one, well, some of them doubled, but I don't want to say it's probably was 8 of them total to maybe give you 10 different scenes. Like one of them, we were inside the diner, but we were miniature. So like a salt shaker was like a 2-story building to us. It was like that tall. All the people were giants, and you're seeing like giant ants walking around you. This is still why he's all performing. There was another time when we were skydiving out of nowhere. We're all in these skydiving suits. And he's on his turntables on his set in the middle of us while we're all, kind of skydiving.
See, that's cool.
Another scene was
That's
like
awesome.
inside his brain. It was a roller coaster, all kind of crazy stuff going on. That thing probably took a good several months to do in a large team to do that, but that's the best outside, or I should say artists from outside the headset coming in here and putting anything together.
That's pretty cool, man. I mean, I like that idea. I think maybe Fade and Daytona might steal that skydiving idea for one of theirs. That would be a dope concert.
dropping out the spaceship. I'm looking forward to it.
I think for me, one of the best experiences is actually in VR chat with that Odessa stuff. And Sue takes us over there a lot of the times, and it's really cool shit, man. That is really cool visuals and stuff. So
I'd say Burning Man too. I forgot about Burning Man. All Space used to have Burning Man. I did forget about that.
I never went to that.
Amazing.
It's a real life Burning Man, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they brought it into here. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Stuff that's outside the
Burning Man
they
world
bring into here.
And Alt Space. And
I've seen a couple of them. It was ridiculous.
Okay.
You would go through different portals to go to the different sections. Yeah, it was amazing. Amazing.
Damn. I'd love to check that out.
I remember a while back.
Amazing VR.
Can we see any of those Alt Space worlds in here still? Is there some in VR chat?
I don't know if Burning Man was brought over. There are some. Like point blank, I brought pretty much all of the worlds that I built myself in Alt Space. I did bring to other platforms. So like Spatial or VR chat. I got some I want to bring over here. I just have to learn what to do in order to get them over here. So, but yeah, I got a couple worlds that were back there that I want to. Blackout, the club that we'll be in tomorrow night. I want to bring that over here. I just don't know how.
Right on.
Yeah,
we're definitely looking forward to checking that out.
Associated with it, I got to figure out how to do that. So, but yeah,
the
animations
get
a
tricky.
game changer over here. Yeah, it's definitely a game changer over here. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of texture renaming. I'm sure you'll have to rename a lot of textures because Horizon wants it the special way. That's why I don't want to bring
my block party world over, because it's just that was something I built, kept adding. And I'm like, I don't think I want to bring that over here because that's a whole mess of problems on its own. So
yeah, it is. All right. Well, I can't believe it's almost been an hour already. It's almost time for our shameless plugs. Unless there's anything else, so let's see. We'll start with YG this time on this side of the room.
Okay, shameless plug. My business and brand YG Fabrications. I make models from scratch. I bring models in for people. I help them set up things in VR. And if you want to commission my boyfriend Mike the Guru, he's pretty good at scripting. So if you need some fancy stuff done, pay a homie, he'll get it done for you. You already know. That's what I got.
Well, I'll use this shameless plug once again to say congrats to Sue for winning that Social Impact Award. And also thank you again for that awesome, amazing kiss reel. Yeah, that was so tight. I love that one. Oh, who are we going to be next week? I don't know. Any ideas?
That's a good question. You'll have to, audience, you'll have to check and see. You'll have to
we'll have to check it out.
We have
see
no
what's
idea.
going on.
So you'll have to wait to see.
All right, for sure. What do you got?
Y'all can follow me at the show 710 on Instagram. Also at Park Sua in the portal search on Instagram. We do a Club AO every Friday night. Come through.
Wait a second, Park. Do you get down with Park Sua? Is that
yes,
your
sir?
People?
That's my boy.
Park Sua. That's who brought me into VR chat. Part
Oh,
Two
let's
was the one that
go.
brought me
That's
in the VR
tight.
chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He brought me in the
Back
VR
in his
chat
lounge.
too. So fair.
Yeah, he's the person that brought me in the VR
He's
chat. He
hustling
had seen
VR
my
chat,
IG.
huh?
Yeah.
For real.
He
Oh,
got
he
some nice
really is a
worlds. Some
hustler.
a hockey rink. What else he got? He got several stuff over there.
Fantasy
But yeah,
pack
Part Two was the
games.
one that. Yeah, he's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
that brought me in the VR chat.
Pause.
Let's go.
You stupid.
He's got one of those gold YouTube medals. You know, the gold YouTube
Facts.
tags.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Follow us on YouTube.
Definitely.
Oh, Raver Teddy. I'm gonna get with Raver
It's all
Teddy.
you,
I want
bro.
to get him set up in Horizons.
You done? Sure.
I'm good.
Oh, no. My
Play games
shameless plug.
focused.
Yeah. Pretty much you can catch me at all MGM events on Instagram, Fade Game 732, Twitch, same thing. Also Mixcloud. You can catch me in the Middleweight Radio, and very soon on the Block Party Radio, I'm gonna be there. Gotta get these mixes over. They're done, by the way. Yeah. So
Oh, that's what I like to hear.
yeah. So yeah. Before I get,
Been working.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, been working.
Oh.
You can also catch me at my pub I'll be running during the week. It's called Big Shots Pub. It's a cool, dope vibe. Usually got DJ Two Wavy DJing, myself or DNYC. So we're always mixing it up, all different type of music. Stay tuned for like more events going on in there too.
Right on. Thank you.
Fire vibes.
Nice. I guess I'm gonna say what I've already said. Hey, tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Alt Space reunion. And again, you do not
I'll
have
be
to
there.
an Alt Spacer to come through. We encourage anybody to come through. So it's an open event for everybody. 10:30 p.m. Eastern in VR chat at my world called Blackout.
Right on.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to go to all space. But like,
Hell yeah.
If you need me to
That's
DJ for you, I got you. If you want, you want to take a little break, I'll help you out. Just saying.
We may have to talk. We may have to talk.
I got you.
yeah, and then my last shameless plugs is I guess man, MGM we gonna be every week. The pop-ups, so you know what I'm saying, just keep a lookout of all our socials, whether it be Meta Genre Music on IG or myself, Daytona _ vibes, or Sweetest Flower VR. Just keep a lookout on those pages, or Meta Unsigned as well. Meta Unsigned, that's my shameless plug. Meta Unsigned. Every week we drop a new Meta Unsigned, a new episode on YouTube.
Yeah,
The YouTube address is YouTube / Meta Genre Music TV. So it's Meta Genre Music TV on YouTube. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to Meta Genre Music
I think
TV.
This week was Chirac Picasso,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was Chirac Picasso this week. He killed the bars. We've had PC Beats on there. Shout out to PC Beats right there.
It's a PC.
We've had DL Cordero has been on there already. We had an artist from in IRL called Richie Rich, who is on a completely different record label that's associated with us through Empire. So it's going to be, just go check it out. Subscribe to Meta Genre Music TV. That's my shameless plug right there.
Right on.
Boom, I got
Thank you guys.
one more. I got one more. Big shout out to my brother Technical, DJ Technical. He's having his birthday party this upcoming Friday. Yeah, it's up.
Oh,
birthday
right
party
on.
here in Horizon. So, yeah, he got a host of DJs spinning at night, at least 4 or 5 DJs. So, yeah, big shout out to Technical.
Right on. I got one more
DJ
too, or a
Tech.
couple more. Don't forget, this Tuesday we got the Creator Spotlight and Girl Code, and also, if you guys have worlds that you want to show, you can reach out to our world scouts. We got Lovely and Trixie scouting the metaverse for worlds. So be sure to reach out for them if you got a new world. Hit them up on IG or in the app, and dude, we'd love to show it on the Creator Spotlight. Hell yeah!
Word.
I appreciate y'all letting me come on the show again. That was lit. It's dope to be here.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, and that was I love what you were talking about with the collaboration.
One more shameless plug for sure. And everybody else that's builders out here, if y'all got worlds that have event spaces and y'all really want to host us at one of our pop-ups, You know what I'm saying? Get at me. You know what I'm saying? Get at me if it's a world.
Get out
that-
you right now.
that's
We're gonna
ready
have
for
one
it.
right here. When we have one right here in this.
Yeah. Just get at us. We got it. We got a calendar. We got a
I
calendar.
got a conquer.
You got a calendar. Oh, now he's got a
We got a
calendar.
calendar.
He said first he's like, get at me. Wait,
Yeah,
we got to go.
Yeah, get at me. That don't mean it's gonna happen right now, but you know, get at me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, shameless plug. My world, Snowy Planet. Me and my boyfriend created the first UI tip incentives for when an artist steps on stage. Their name pops up right above for everybody to click on. Be like, tip the artist. Boop. You can pick however much you want to tip them while they're doing their thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
use
cool. I like
utilize
that.
those-
That's
utilize
a
that
dope
more,
idea.
So
Hell
we gotta
yeah.
bring more people in there. Then everybody can get a good slice of the pie if somebody's feeling generous or anybody. And then just gotta send the monies right way.
Right on. I love that, man. That's pretty cool. Any way that you can expose that to more artists is pretty awesome.
Yes, sir. Which goes back to TypeScript being a pain in the fucking ass.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, that is another episode of MetaMen. Thank you everybody for coming out. PC Beats, I see you. What's up, bro? Trixie, lovely. Daniel, my friend, what's up?
Damn, Daniel, I gotta get on the white van.
We got Savage back there. Illustrator, what up? Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. And stay tuned next week. We'll be back the same time with a new theme. All right, hit that kiss music. Where's the kiss music?
I wanna rock and roll.
You gotta sing it. You gotta sing it, Nick. You gotta sing it.
All night.
I wanna rock and
And roll all
night.
Party every day.
You just go back like that. You know.
Ooh, where's she going?
She good.
All right. Thank you, everybody on the stream that was watching. We'll be ending the stream right now. Check back next week. We'll be
All right,
some more.
everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to another night of MetaMen. Well, next week, hopefully it'll be a little juicy. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe you have to come to Girl Code on Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, where the ladies of the round couch get up raw and personal. Oh no, Daytona. You can't come bother me. I have to look at my calendar first. Everybody, hey! make sure to give us a like if this is your first time here, y'all. We are going to be opening up a new world soon, so yeah, hopefully we get on the new one, and it'll be a lot more optimized, so these boxing episodes won't happen so frequently. I can't wait to share that design with you all. And of course, if you have a world, please check out our World Scouts and send us anything and everything. We are going into theme season, guys. So ladies' night, guys' night, game night, art night, a little nasty night. You know,
shit! Did I?
bring
Oh
it
man!
Bring it in. We always used to do Nasty Thursdays. Them are
Yeah, Nasty
We've
Thursday
been
was
doing it
great.
for the past 2 years, and this is our third year.
You good?
Hopefully, we actually get something a little juicy. All right, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
some
y'all
nasty
so
work.
much. Many blessings and many manifestations. I greatly appreciate every single one of you and all the men on the panel that dedicate their time to come in and share their experiences with you all. All right, everybody. Unless ill intent, many manifestations. We out. Woo! Just a cute thing. You're adorable. One day I want to like avatar stuff. Ooh,